On July the 20th, 1969, the world watched in awe. Neil Armstrong, an American astronaut, became the first human to walk on the moon. This incredible feat, a pinnacle of human ingenuity and exploration, captivated billions. Yet even today, some question its authenticity. Did we really land on the moon, or was it an elaborate hoax staged in a Hollywood studio? The idea that such a monumental event could be faked seems preposterous to many. The sheer scale of the project, the thousands of people involved, the scientific rigor, how could it all be a lie? And yet the conspiracy theories persist, fueled by misinformation and mistrust. These theories often latch onto seemingly strange details in photographs or footage. A waving flag in the vacuum of space, the lack of stars in the background, a footprint that doesn't seem to match the astronaut's boots. These become points of contention, evidence of a cover-up. But like any good magic trick, the answers are often simpler than they appear. In the following sections, we will delve into the science and the evidence, separating fact from fiction and exploring why, despite overwhelming proof, some still cling to the belief that the moon landing was a hoax. Let's address the elephant in the, moon, or rather the lack thereof. One of the most common conspiracy claims revolves around the American flag seemingly waving in the wind on a celestial body with no atmosphere. How is this possible? Simple physics provides the answer. The flag was designed with a telescoping pole along its top edge to give it a full unfurled appearance. The wrinkles and ripples, mistaken for wind-blown fabric, were actually caused by the way the astronauts folded and unfolded the flag during its planting. The lack of a lunar atmosphere meant that once the flag was positioned, it remained relatively still. Another point of contention is the absence of stars in the lunar photographs. Where did they all go? Again, the answer lies in basic photography. The moon's surface, illuminated by the sun, is incredibly bright. To capture clear images of the astronauts and lunar landscape, the cameras used short exposure times and focused on the brightly lit foreground. This resulted in the fainter stars in the background being too dim to be captured. Finally, the curious case of the mismatched footprint. Conspiracy theorists often point to a photograph of a boot print that doesn't seem to correspond with the boots worn by Neil Armstrong. However, this discrepancy is easily explained. The footprint in question actually belonged to Buzz Aldrin, who wore lunar overshoes over his boots for added traction on the moon's surface. These overshoes left behind on the moon had a different sole pattern than Armstrong's boots, leading to the confusion. The evidence supporting the moon landing extends far beyond debunking conspiracy theories. A mountain of irrefutable proof confirms humanity's presence on the lunar surface. For starters, the Apollo missions brought back hundreds of pounds of lunar rocks and soil. These samples, distinct from any found on Earth, have been studied by scientists worldwide, confirming their extraterrestrial origin. Furthermore, one of the most compelling pieces of evidence is the Lunar Laser Ranging Retroreflector, placed on the moon by Buzz Aldrin during the Apollo 11 mission. This device, still in use today, reflects laser beams fired from Earth, allowing us to precisely measure the distance between our planet and the moon. And then there's the evidence visible from Earth itself. High-resolution images from lunar orbiters launched by various space agencies around the world clearly show the Apollo landing sites, complete with rover tracks, equipment, and even the shadows of the American flags. So, if the evidence is so overwhelming, why do moon landing conspiracy theories persist? The answer lies in the complex interplay of human psychology, misinformation, and the allure of the unknown. Throughout history, humans have been prone to believing in conspiracies, often as a way to make sense of complex or unsettling events. The moon landing, for all its technological marvel, took place during a time of social and political upheaval, making it ripe for suspicion and distrust. The rise of the internet and social media has only amplified these tendencies, creating echo chambers where misinformation can spread like wildfire. Furthermore, films and documentaries, some intended as entertainment, have inadvertently fueled conspiracy theories by presenting fictionalized accounts as plausible realities. It's important to remember that skepticism is healthy, but it should be rooted in evidence and critical thinking. When evaluating information, always consider the source. Look for supporting evidence and be wary of claims that rely on emotion or personal bias rather than verifiable facts. The moon landing, a testament to human ambition and ingenuity, should inspire us to reach for the stars, not doubt our own potential. As we venture further into the cosmos, let us do so with open minds, grounded in reason and a commitment to seeking truth wherever it may lead.